Hi, I'm Devarshi and I'm one of the instructors in Moshus Pilates in Mumbai. Today's video is about our fascial system and the principles and functions of the fascial system. Fascia is basically a connective tissue in the body, and it forms a protective layer between the skin and the muscle. It forms the blood vessels, it forms a protective layer over the nerves in the body. One of the functions of the fascial system is the transportation of nutrients and blood to all the structures and organs. For this transportation to happen, we need movement of the joints and the muscles. So that is one of the things which we will be doing in the video, is full range movements in the joints to facilitate the glide of the fascia over each other, and hence facilitate the transportation of nutrients. One of the other functions that we will be working on is the recoil. The fascia is elastic in nature, and hence it likes to stretch and contract and relax. So we will be doing movements which will help us to stretch the muscle, to contract the muscle, to have certain fast-paced movements to get sudden contractions and relaxations. And these are things that we will be working on. You can do the workout along with me and let us know in the comments how you like it. Thank you. So let's start with the workout. We're going to start with our feet joined together. We're going to make a V with the feet, and then you're going to lift your heels up and let them follow along the line with your toes. So we have our feet parallel to each other. From here, hands are relaxed by the side. We're going to make sure that we're not shrugging the shoulders. So you want the shoulders nice and relaxed. Hands down towards the floor. You're going to come up on your toes, lift your heels up, lift your hands up, take a long breath in, and then breathe out as you come back down. Again, we're lifting up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Again, making sure that we don't shrug from the shoulders, and we come back down. Let's lift up. We want to lengthen, we want to grow taller. We're going to imagine that there are two balloons tied to the top of your head, and they're lifting us up, making us grow taller. Come back. We're also going to be thinking about our ribs. So we want the ribs to be melted down to the body. You want that navel drawn in away from your t-shirt. And then you want to come back down slowly and relax. Putting two more. Going up, straightening the hands, and then coming back. Putting one more. Lift up, straight up to the ceiling, grow tall, and come back down and relax. From here, we're going to keep the hands on the waist by starting with the full series. So you want to come up on your toes. You want to go into a little squat. From here, you lower your heels down, and then we're straightening back up. So again, up on your toes, into a squat, put your heels down, and we relax. Up on your toes, into a squat, put your heels down, and relax. You're going to add the arms, so you come up on your toes. As you go into a squat, you're lifting your hands up towards the ceiling. You lower your hands up to your shoulders, put your heels down, and we come back straight. So we come up on the toes, lift the hands up halfway. We go into a squat, lift the hands up all the way. Again, lower the hands down halfway as you lower your heels, and then straighten up. So what we're working on in this exercise is the legs, obviously, doing squats. We're also working on our ankle mobility, the ankle range of motion. We're working on our arms. We're making sure that our back is straight. We're going to make sure that we're not arching the back, sticking the hips out. So as you come up and you go into the squat, you're going to make sure your tailbone is gently curled in and come back. Putting 4 more into a squat. Lower the heels down, come back up. So up on your toes, into a squat, put your heels down and come back. Lift, squat, heels down, relax. 2 left. On your toes, squat, heels go down, come back. Now the last one, we're going to hold everything. So we're coming up on the toes, We're staying there. I want you to lift yourself up so you remember the balloons that we spoke about. We're thinking about those balloons right now and letting them lift us up and grow tall. From here, into a squat. Hold that squat. Keep the tailbone slightly curled in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. You can go as low as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels down. We're staying in that. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we come back and relax. That was good. We're going to take that to a wide leg squat or a plie as we call it. We're going to keep the back straight. You arch your back all the way. You curl your back in. So we're doing a pelvic tilt and then we're stopping in the middle, which you can call your neutral. So as you stay in the middle, we're going to take the knees to the sides and we're coming back. Now as your tailbone is slightly curled in, we don't bend forward, we're keeping the back straight as you go down. So lower and lift. Breathe out as you're going down, breathe in as you're coming back. We're going to do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's add a few pulses here, staying in that squat and up and down. 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make it faster. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we relax. I'm sure we're all warmed up right now. We should definitely be feeling this in the legs. We're going to add some explosive work to this now. So I want you to stand with your feet parallel but closer. We start slow. We just tap out and come back. Tap out and come back. We're doing alternate legs. So once on the right and then once on the left. Out and back. Out and back. As we're doing that, we're not forgetting about those balloons, about the ribs, about that neutral pelvis. So grow as tall as you can. Don't lose any of that. Out and back. Out and back. We're taking that a step ahead. So as you go out, you're going to bend the standing leg. You're going to come back. So you bend and straighten. We bend, we straighten. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. We're going to do a few more before we come to the main part of the movement, where all the fun will start. So you're going out and coming back. And now, it's the fun part. So you go out, come back, out, come back, out, out. Put in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we relax. Shake your hands, shake your legs out, release all that tension. We're going to be doing some work on all fours now. So you can take your mat. You want to be in an all fours position. So you're making sure that your palms are underneath your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Okay? We're going to do some back mobility stuff. So just make sure your back is nice and free. We're releasing all that fascia, making sure it's gliding nicely all over the spine. So I want you to put your hands down. We're going to keep your back straight. So you don't want to round. You don't want to arch, keeping the back straight. We're just going to take the hips behind towards your heels and then we're going to come back to the same. As we do that, we're pressing into the palms. We're pushing the hips behind, keeping the spine straight and come back. Okay. As you do this, you will realize that you may be stiff on one side, you're stiff at one level. So you can just stay there for a second longer and kind of let that back release. From here, we're going to work on the sides of the back. So as you're going behind, I want you to lean
to one side. So right now I'm going to my left. I'm still pressing into my palms and then I'm coming back to the center. So imagine you're drawing a V. You're going to take the hips to one side, push them, and then we're coming back. Again, you're pushing your hips to the other side, pressing into your palms and come back. So imagine that your shoulders are fixed. As you push into your palms, your shoulders are getting pulled in the front and your hips are going behind. So we're getting a nice elongation of your back. We're releasing all those stiff points that we have in the back from sitting all day, from standing for long times. And we're just getting that mobility back. We're going to make that a circle. We're going to go to the left. You're going to go behind to the center. You're going to go to the right. And you're going to come back to the middle. Again, anti-clockwise, we're going to the right, we're going to the middle, we're going to the left, and coming back. So if your hips were a pencil, you wanted to draw a circle with your hips and make that circle as big as you can. We're going to do one more on each side. Again, if you feel like one side is stiffer, you can stay there for a second or two more and just let all your muscles, let all that fascia release, let everything relax. Okay, so that was the first part. Let's come back to the main workout now. So, palms are still under the shoulders. We're going to curl the toes in. From here, we're going to lift the knees off the floor, hover them up and come back. This is what we call the leg pull-in from prep. You're going to lift your knees off, hovering them above the floor, making sure your back is straight, lowering it down again. This is very good for your arm strength, for your core strength, for your quads, and back. This is also kind of a warm-up that will ultimately make the plank better for us. So right now we're just getting all those muscles activated. Press into your palms so that we're feeling those shoulder blades working, the upper back working. We're going to do 3 more. Lift up, stay for a second or two, lower it down. Again, lift up, stay for a second or two, lift it up. Now, the last one, we're going to hold it. So, lift up, we're staying there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to make sure that when you put your knees down, you don't bang them down. We're going to take them down gently. We're going to take that to a few push-ups. So, keeping the shoulders on top of your palms, you're going to take the elbows to the side and you're going to come up. So you want to take the chest down to the floor. You want to come back. We don't want to take the hips behind. That takes the weight off the shoulders and that's not a push-up. So keep the shoulders up and back. We're going to be doing 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's make that a little interesting. So I want you to go down into a push-up. As you come up, you're going to clap, go back. Into a push-up, come up, clap, go back. Clap and push up. Clap and push up. Keep it easy. If you can't, just continue with the push-ups. We're doing 4 more. And done. 3, 2, 1 last, and relax. You can just sit back on your heels, let your hands stretch in the front, let your forehead rest down, child's pose, and just take a deep breath. Relax. Once you're ready, we're coming back on all 4s. Now, we are combining 2 of the exercises that we just did. So, we're doing the leg pull-in prone prep, and then in that, we're going to be doing push-ups. So, I want you to keep your toes curled, lift your knees off. We're going to do a push-up, we're coming back. We're going to do a push-up, we're coming back. All this while the knees are floating in the air, we're not going to let the knees fall down. So, down and up. Let's do 5, 4, back is still straight, 3, 2, 1 last, lower the knees down, so back on your heels, let the knees go wide, stretch your hands in the front, let your forehead rest down.
We're going to start off with some abdominal work. So you want to lie down with our legs straight. We're going to keep the shoulders nice and wide. They're relaxing down towards the floor. We want to keep the ribs melted down. So you're going to put your thumb on your ribs and put your little finger on your hip bone. Now imagine there's a spring between the rib and the hip bone, and you want to gently just bring that spring towards each other, make it slightly tight. We don't want that spring to stretch out and the back to lift up. We want to maintain that tension in the spring as we do that. Now thinking about that, we're going to put the hands by our side, and we'll want to lift both our hands straight up towards the ceiling and then lower the hands back down towards our side. We're maintaining the length in the spring. We're not letting the spring stretch out as our hands go up, and then we are coming back down to the floor. You're going to take a breath out as you're taking the hands up, and you're going to take a breath in as we lower the hands back. So just lift your hands up and lower them down, all the while thinking about the spring, keeping the shoulders relaxed. We don't want to shrug from the shoulders, and we do a few of these. We want to think about length, so the hands are reaching up towards the wall near our head. That's good. From here, we want to bend both of our knees. We're going to add some leg work. So we still, even when the knees are bent, you want to maintain that spring. We don't want that spring to create extra tension either. You want to maintain that tension in the spring. So we're keeping our abs engaged as the hands are going up. We're doing a few reps in this position, and then we're going to lift the legs in tabletop. So you lift one leg up in the air, we lift the second leg up in the air. Now with the legs in tabletop, maintaining that spring in the abdominals, you take your hands up above and you bring them down. Our body is still, we're not letting the back lift off the floor, we're keeping that back in place. We're adding a little leg work. So as both of our hands are going up, you're going to straighten one leg and bring it back. We're doing alternate legs. So as you breathe out, you're lifting the hands up, taking the leg away and coming back, and then changing legs. Imagine there is a switch on the wall near your foot, and your foot wants to go and press that switch and come back. So you want to point your toe out, lengthen from the leg and bring it back. We're doing good. The back is important, so we are thinking of a little grape under the lower back, and we don't want to squish that grape. We don't want to lift our back off the grape. So using our abdominals, we gently maintain slight pressure on the grape, and we're taking that to the next level. As you take your hands up, you're straightening both of your legs and pressing that switch that was there on the wall. We're pointing both the legs out. Breath out as you reach out, breath in as you bring the hand and knee back. So reach out and bring it back. Reach out and come back. Reach out and in. We sync it with the breathing, and every time we breathe out, we're going to let the navel sink down towards the floor. Once you're done, we're just going to hug the knees to the chest a little bit and release the tension in our back. We can roll side to side like a little massage on the back and relax the body. Okay, so we are going to think of our head as a wheel and the shoulder as the second wheel. We want the wheels to turn up. So you're rolling your head up like a wheel, taking that shoulder wheel up and curling up, taking your hands towards the feet and then coming back down. We want it to be a smooth glide so that you're lifting up one segment at a time and we are not straining anything. We don't over roll from the head wheel and strain the neck. As we do this, we're feeling our abs working. So you want the ribs melting down into the floor, going down towards the hip bone and then coming back. So we're lifting the wheels up, letting the ribs melt down, using our abs to work and then coming back. So you lift up, reach upwards towards the feet and lower down. I want you to breathe out as we are going up and breathe in as we are lowering back on the floor. So long breath out and we breathe in. lift, and come back. While we do this, we do not want to be feeling any strain in the neck. So you want the neck relaxed. Imagine you're holding a little lemon between your chin and chest as you roll the wheels up and come back. Now we're going to hold that ab curl and we're going to lift the legs up as if you're marching. So you're bringing your knee up towards the chest and lowering it down. We're doing alternate legs, lift and lower up into tabletop. We're still maintaining the breath and we want the navel to sink down towards the floor. So imagine that you want to create a hollow in the abdominals, and as you maintain that hollow in the abs, you're lifting one leg in tabletop, lifting the second leg up in tabletop, and we're doing some pulses of the hands. So this is what we call hundreds. We're supposed to do 100 repetitions of these pulses. So you breathe in for 4 pulses, you breathe out for 4 pulses. You're still in that ab curl, so you're working the upper as well as the lower abdominals, and we don't want a dome. We don't want the stomach becoming tight or pushing out. We want to create that hollow as you're continuing to pulse. The pulses are quick as we go, and all the while maintaining the breath. Once we're done with roughly 100, we're going to bring the head down. We're going to lower the legs one at a time, and we're going to reach out. We're doing a little stretch. Let both of your hands go up, let both your legs go down. Imagine a rubber band being pulled from 2 ends, and just let your body stretch like a rubber band. Okay, we are going to come back. You can just do a little twist of the knee side to side to release the tension in the back. We're going to put our hands by our side and we're going to press the palms down into the floor. Our knees are bent. Now as you press the palms into the floor, we're working on the tricep. We want to be using the posterior chain of the body, so all the muscles in the back of the body, from your head to your toes. You're going to be imagining that your full body is pressing down into the floor. Only your hips are going to be lifting up. So pressing into the legs, pressing into your palms, pressing the head down, pressing the shoulders down. We're going to do a little pelvic tilt. You're going to curl your tailbone up, and we're going to lift the hips up one vertebrae at a time. So you lift your hips up. You're maintaining that spring that we spoke about. So a spring between the ribs and the hip bone, and we're lifting the hips up, not letting the back arch. So you don't want your upper back pushing up. Our upper back is resting on the floor and pressing down. It's just the hips that are going up. And as you're lowering one vertebrae down at a time. So 1 inch of your back has to touch down till your tailbone is fully on the floor. Again, you're going to curl from the tailbone. Imagine your hip as a wheel. Roll that wheel upwards. Maintain that as you lift your hips up, and then lower one vertebrae down, touching the floor 1 inch at a time. As we are going up, we're going to breathe out. We're going to press into the palms. Once you're up, we're taking a deep breath in, just reinforcing the buttock squeeze, the abdominal contraction, and then we're going down. Again, you're going to lift the hips up. As we lift the hips up, imagine your knees reaching out and your thighs becoming longer. So you're using the quads as well. We are thinking of all the muscles in the body and using everything, not letting anything just let go. Again, breathe out as we lift up. Press into your palms. Lift the hips up. Squeeze the buttocks. And then lower down. Now, we're going to hold the bridge. Imagine that both your hips are 2 headlights, and the headlights have to point straight up to the ceiling. We don't want the headlights to twist. And you're holding something between your 2 knees. So you don't want your thighs to move. We're going to straighten the leg and kick out, and then bend your leg and come back on the floor. Again, it's like a little march. We're doing alternate legs. And we do not want any movement happening at our hips. Our hips are steady. Our thighs are steady. Knees are steady. It's moving from below the knees, kicking out, straightening the leg and coming back. So this will really challenge our hip stability and not let our hips go side to side. Once we're done, just bring both of your knees in, lift your head up, curl into a ball and let the whole back of your body stretch out. So we are just stretching out what we used and relaxing everything. We stay there and then relax.